Hi loves, welcome back to TigeraGitana. This week we're going to be doing this week's chakra healing video, and I'm a little bit excited because this week is like a shift. It's a whole shift, and I also pulled some oracle cards. We're definitely going to get into it, but before I do, definitely tune in tonight for the fall equinox live. I'm so excited. It's Libra season. We're going to talk about a lot of things. It's going to be an hour long. We're going to start, I'm going to start streaming it at 7, but we're going to probably start at 7:15 just to give people enough time to join in. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not telling you what's going to happen because it's going to be a surprise. But we're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to do some healing stuff. We're going to do some stuff. So definitely tune in tonight. It's going to be fun. And it's going to be on YouTube. So you will see it live, and I'll have it like promptly live for you guys as well. So let's get into this reading for this week. So it's Libra season. And it seems like there's like a huge kind of like shift situation happening. So for the root chakra, we have the Two of Pentacles. And this is very interesting because it starts kind of bringing the energy of that balance in right away, right in the root chakra, right as we get into Libra season. It's just like, hey, balance. What is it that is in balance? Are you looking at the stuff you're grounded in that is not budging, that is not solidifying? What are we doing about those things? What new things are we planning that we're bringing in to bring us balance during the season? What are we looking as a collective? What are we looking at personally? What are we looking at in our family, in our relationships? Like, what is that looking like? There's like this kind of trying to bring something new. Like, it's almost like some people will have the feeling like they're missing something this week, like they're kind of yearning for something, and it's just like I really need, there's something, I want to do something, I want to start something. I've been looking at YouTube videos, I've been reading up on this, and like I really want to start something. And it's just about bringing in the balance, energy of balance into our spirit, into our lives, by adding something that we might have not been looking at for a while now. And it's just a kind of a new solidification of a new experience. That's really the way I'm looking at it, because it's like I see the energy of wanting to be great, but I also see that there's a lack of greatness throughout the reading this week. So for the sacral chakra, we have the Page of Wands, and the Page of Wands really talks about new beginnings. So some people are really manifesting new opportunities through their sacral space. So look at Cha using that sacral womb space properly. So there's some new opportunities coming up, things that have to do with the journey. But I also see that some people are really scared about kind of doing it as well, because for the solar plexus, we got the King of Wands in reverse, and it's just like, hey, I'm not a king yet, but I'm doing the steps to getting up there, getting my game up there, really, doing my thing, investing in myself, investing in my experiences, my life, my identity, who I am, what I believe, whether this is you going back to school, whether this is you trying out a new program, maybe taking some classes, a workshop, something that you've been kind of wanting to do, looking into, maybe starting your own business. There's something that's solidifying that you have not mastered just yet, but you are taking the steps into kind of getting up to this boss level. It's not there yet. This is definitely a new beginning. So this is why I see that there's a lot of kind of like this kind of fresh energy. And through Libra season, this is cardinal energy. So this is like a push, a drive. It's very much that fire, like, okay, what are we doing? How are we doing it? Let's go. What's happening? Like, let's make it happen. Let's make it poppin', like stuff like that. Like, it's really about, okay, I kind of feel a surge to do something. Sorry about that. Okay, so we were talking about, hold on, I'm getting it back. So we're talking about, this is just kind of like a growth kind of energy. It's a leveling up energy, and it's really about the journey and using that cardinal energy to push you, where Virgo season might have been like having you a little bit like inside, trying to think about what you're going to do next, what you're solidifying yourself. Libra season's just going to be like, hey, go do it now. It's like a little bit of a push. So solar plexus wise, we're moving slowly, but we are making moves. So I see that there's still not a confidence there, but you should be sure of the choices that you make along the way. Like, if you chose to, hey, you're going to take this class, you're going to take this course, you're going to do this partnership, you're going to just try to get help, maybe get mentorship, stuff like that. Yeah, you're not a pro yet. Give yourself some time to get there. Okay. Now for the heart chakra, we have two things. We have the King of Cups and we also have the King of Pentacles. And this is very interesting to me because when I first saw it, this is like the two scales of what I would see a Libra energy to be, even though it's an air sign. It wants to be emotionally satisfied and emotionally stable and emotionally balanced. It also wants to be physically satisfied, physically stable, and physically balanced, because there is very much an aesthetic to Libras, if you haven't noticed. It's definitely Venus ruled, and Venus is earth energy. So it's about pleasure, and you feel pleasure through that water energy, and it's about having it. And you see how many kings there are in this reading? There's just a lot of kings. So on the heart level, there is going to be wanting the best of the best of the best, like wanting to be balanced, wanting to be successful, wanting, like, being attracted to that as well. There is a level of greatness that's being kind of attracted with that heart chakra. And there's also a level of balance here. Like, I'm starting to see that you guys are really either calling in this energy or you're really embodying this energy where you feel like, okay, you know what? You've emotionally done some healing. You've let go. You've really grown. You've let yourself get to a really good place. But now you're starting to look at what your physical, what's in the physical realm around you, and how that's showing up in your world. And how that's like progressing, how it's helping you. Why, what is it that you want? What is it that you have? Why you're keeping it in your space? Why you got rid of some stuff, you cleaned house, like, last season, or why this season. It's just like a shift. Like, you want to have both things in balance. You want to be emotionally happy, you want to be physically happy. Like, it's a both, you know, both those things. So there is a kind of like a glow up happening right here. There's also a self-worth happening here with those two cards as well. Like, you have to know who you are emotionally, you have to know what you want physically, what you want financially, all of these things. Like, what do you want around you? Like, there's just like it's almost like this grown kind of vibe. Like, you just feel like it's just like it's a little bit of an elevation on the heart space, which is great, because when you get up to the king level, that just means that you went through a lot of lessons that you had to go through and integrate in order for you to attain that title. So don't kind of like push it away as like, oh, you know, that happened and I wish that didn't happen and blah, blah, blah. No, it happens. You is better now. Move it on. So that's what's happening with the heart chakra this week. There is kind of like a quality about your friends, like who you're interacting with, how you're interacting. There's like an essence there going on from your heart. Like, it's just like pure, like, okay, I can give to you, but I also need to give to me. There's just like that energy of balance. You're going to see that theme kind of playing out throughout the season. For the throat chakra, we got the Seven of Swords. So okay, I'm gonna need that to get it together this week. Okay, so for some of y'all who either will speak lies or will be telling, who will be told lies, be mindful of what people say. We're in air sign vibes, air sign energy, so communication, words, thoughts, all of those things play a huge role into the season. And what you say can imbalance you. What you say can bring your mind down, bring negativity, and it's just like an imbalance where you're just like hung up on the things that were said and all of these things and how you said it and how you snapped at somebody and why you had to do it and all of these things. Like, just be mindful of this type of energy, because it might actually not end up working out well in the long run, and it'll just come back to bite you. This energy always ends up tripping on itself later, so you just want to make sure that you're not the one doing this, okay? And if you are the one doing this, you're gonna have to go back and like catch yourself, because this energy with the throat chakra, it just means that you're going around snapping, being a fool, telling on somebody, like spreading some things. Like, you, if it don't need to be said, like, don't, just don't do it. Now for the third eye, we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Fool. So the shift is really happening, and I can also see that with the oracle cards that came out. But the shift, you can feel the shift. There's like a vibe for the shift. It's kind of like this, you know that this energy, like where we're at right now, is this is fresh air. So Libra season is really going to propel people like into like, okay, the planets are moving, the moon's moving every time. You're just going to feel things differently than you did last season, but you're also going to see things moving where your journey is. And it really goes back to the sacral space. Like some of y'all are really working on yourselves, and I'm really proud because we've been talking about this for a while. But some of y'all are really doing the things that you really need to do to elevate your spirit, elevate your soul, your physicalness. Like you've just been working on it. So there's kind of like some new things happening, whether it could be as little as, you know, you're going to the gym now or something like that. It's about starting a new journey that's really a part of your life that maybe you haven't like mastered yet, but it's really something that it's supposed to be in your journey. It's supposed to be in your space. It's supposed to be something that you go through. So just be mindful of this, because your third eye has definitely been hinting at something like coming, fresh air, fresh energy. It's happening right now. Just keep that in mind. Now, for the crown chakra, and this is interesting because this came out while I was meditating earlier. It is a Queen of Cups. The moon is currently in Cancer as we speak. So it's interesting to me that the Queen of Cups is coming up in the crown space, which means to me that some of y'all need to definitely connect on a spiritual level. So when I first saw this, I was thinking, okay, some people need to do like a cleansing, a baño, like a, you know, do like an herbal bath, a spiritual bath, like Florida water, whatever it is, like a sea salt bath, something like that. Today, and then when I pulled the oracle cards for the day, the one that came out was spiritual cleansing. So I was like, oh wow, okay. So some of y'all really do need to do like a little cleanse, and just connect with the water energy, connect with the moon energy. The moon's in Cancer as well. There's a lot of like water energy, and the fact that it's Libra season, so it's cardinal upon cardinal energy. Sun is in a cardinal sign, moon is in a cardinal sign. So there's just like this energy to do something. So if you just feel like you need to do something, start off the season correctly by doing a spiritual bath, connecting with your emotions, having some time off with yourself, really kind of getting past the nitty gritties of what this week is really looking like, and just balance yourself out on an emotional, spiritual level in that way. And give yourself the energetic, fresh start. Is what I would say for the crown chakra this week. Some people just really need to connect to themselves, like on a spiritual level. Now, the 4 cards that came out for the oracle cards, because 4 jumped out. And how gorgeous are these? They're so pretty. This is the Sacred Symbol Oracle deck by Marcella Crow. So you can check her out on Etsy, because that's where she sells them, and I love this. She sent one to me, and I was really excited. So the first card that came out is safe travel. And anytime I see this as a symbol, I always think of Elegua, because it's just a very, it's a very Elegua symbol. It's a crossroads. And this kind of goes hand in hand with this energy, and it goes also hand in hand with this energy, with this kind of like movement, fresh start. Things, you can progress now. You can take a step forward now. You can breathe now. Like there's just like, it's just like pick a direction, and you will be protected. You'll be safe along the way. But where you pick the door you choose to open in each of these ends, it was meant for you. So there's a reason why you need to go, why you're choosing that you need to go there. There's a reason. So go, and don't feel scared about doing it. The other card that came out was spiritual cleansing. We talked about this already. I do feel like some people just really need to do like cleansing, a baño. If you want to work with some air magic elements, you can do that as well. You can do like an incense, cleanse your house, cleanse the air, do that. It'd be a great thing to do today, just to reset the vibes. The last 2 words, gratitude and transmute. So this is very interesting, because gratitude talks about being grateful and being kind of honoring. Just honoring, thanking those, like, if let's say this is spirit you've been working with, let's say your ancestors have been going hard for you or something like that, give them something extra special during this time for getting you out of whatever situation, for doing the thing. Like make them some dinner, give them some, some pound cake, give them something a little bit extra, light them a candle, just an honorary candle for them. just as a like, here, thank you for everything you do for me. And just take a moment to actually be grateful for the things that you received, for the shift that's happened, and for you overcoming the shifts that you've been going through as well. And the last one is transmute. And this is something that will happen when you actually go through this process with the spiritual cleansing, and you release, you transmute, you really put in your intentions into something else. You're then integrating that energy into a different experience, and then you can see that energy a little bit differently. Transmute is a really powerful card to work with, because you have to remember that as people who work with magic and in the spiritual realm, a lot of it has to do with transmutation and shifting energies and shifting and bringing things from the spiritual realm and manifesting it on a physical realm. So it's really about coming into your power and being strong. And that's why I'm seeing that in the heart chakra with the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles. It's just a lot of like, hey, I got the power type of stuff. So yeah, so that's this week's reading. And definitely make sure you come to the live tonight, because it's going to be mad fun. Hi, Pinky. Because it's going to be mad fun. That's my girlfriend's dog. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't forget to subscribe. And I can't wait to get to show you guys what I've been kind of working on for the past couple of weeks, because it's a lot of stuff happening that I kind of mentioned on my Instagram. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, you should follow me on Instagram. But for example, I'm getting a new logo, which I'm really excited about, and I'm gonna be redoing my website a little bit soon. But yeah, there's new products coming to the website. It's gonna be a lot, like it's a lot. But I'm really excited, and to like share a couple of more magical goodies that I have set in store for you guys. So anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah.